It's 7 a.m. Smell that comforting, homey, and alluring aroma wafting into your nostrils. Imagine yourself on a deck, somewhere beautiful, with a warm mug snuggled between your fingers, allowing the heat to run along your arms and up your neck. Close your eyes. Take a sip. Feel the warmth down your throat and ultimately settling into your stomach. Smile. Enjoying a morning coffee is part of an everyday routine for many, and a cup of joe is sometimes considered the world's most important beverage. The National Coffee Association notes that seeds originated in Ethiopia and were spread by travelers and missionaries throughout all the continents. Today, the world's leading producers of coffee are Brazil and Colombia, while the United States is the leading consumer of coffee. Coffee grounds are not only used in the beverage, but can be used in many other aspects of our lives. Like baking soda, coffee grounds can be used to eliminate refrigerator odor by leaving them in the fridge for a couple days. In a similar way, it can be used to remove the smell of garlic or fish from your hands after cooking. And if you've ever been to a candle or a perfume store, they often have jars of coffee beans that you can use to smell and remove the previous scent that you just smelled and to cleanse your smell palette. It's even recommended to be used on your hair to increase its shine or on your face to exfoliate it. From the seed to your mug in the morning, the grounds on your face or in your hair. Creating coffee we buy at the store is a long but worthwhile process. The coffee bean must be planted, and then it can grow into a tree. The trees are watered frequently, placed in an area where it rains a lot, and in a shaded area. After a long 3 to 4 years, they finally begin to produce coffee cherries and bear fruit. These are usually picked by hand in flatter places in Brazil or by machine in more hilly countries. After harvesting these cherries, they are immediately sent to be processed by either a dry method or a wet method. The dry method requires simply just letting the cherries dry in the sun, and the wet method is completed by removing the pulp from the cherries and then letting them dry with just the skin on. Next, the beans must be further dried until they are about 11% moisture, and then they can be stored. After being dried, they are then considered parchment coffee. Halfway to your kitchen counter, the beans are then milled by removing the outer layer of the bean or the cherry, and this is often called the husk of the dried cherries. Then they are polished and then sorted by size and weight. The milled beans or green coffee can then be exported to another country, and then they go through a taste and quality process called cupping. The beans are evaluated visually by aroma and by taste. After these tests, the beans can finally be roasted into something of a dark bean that we recognize. The beans are kept at a constant high temperature around 550 degrees Fahrenheit, and then they turn brown and start creating oil. And now we finally arrive at the last two steps that can then be finished at home. The coffee beans must be ground right before they are used so that they have the best aroma and best taste. The finer the grind, the more quickly the coffee should be prepared, according to the National Coffee Association. Lastly, you may place your grounds in the filter and just wait. The steam wafts throughout the room, and the aroma can bring you in. As you sip, consider the benefits of drinking coffee. WebMD mentions that coffee can reduce your risk for Parkinson's disease, type 2 diabetes, as well as some kinds of cancer and strokes. So now you can sit back, relax, and pop your feet up. It is a very good morning indeed.